Hello beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have been here before then you know that I am Amy and I will be your yoga teacher for the day, and if you're new then welcome, I'm very happy to have you here. This is going to be a power hour, funky, fun, sweaty Vinyasa flow. Gave you a lot of descriptions there. It's going to be challenging, and as is the case with every single class with me or with any yoga teacher, make this flow work for you. You can take things out, you can press pause when you need to, you can add things on if you want to, you can take a child's pose, do what you've got to do to make it fun and enjoyable. It's going to be challenging even for me. My entire body is aching from a workout I did yesterday, so we're going to be in it together, feeling the burn. So no more talking from me for now, making our way into a Baddha Konasana to connect to our breath. So bringing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees drop out wide. You don't need to have the heels super close to the groin as we're still getting into the body. Things might be feeling a little bit tight, so keeping a nice gap between your groin and your heels. Check in with your spine, so you might find that your spine is rounding like this. If so, I would encourage you to sit up on a block, a cushion, a blanket, anything to help you stack your head over your heart, over your hips. You can let the hands rest wherever feels comfortable. It might be on the legs, it might be between the legs. I'll encourage you to have the palms facing up for a sense of receptivity, so opening yourself up to however this practice may go, opening yourself to whatever happens. Soften the shoulders away from the ears as you lift the chest up towards the sky. Tuck the chin in ever so slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck. And take a moment to notice all the parts of the body that are connecting to the earth, grounding you into the present moment, helping you shift away from whatever you were doing before this class and whatever you've got lined up after this class. Starting to connect to your breathing. I will encourage you to breathe in and out through the nose for the duration of this practice, if that works for you. Trying to take deep breaths, sending it down into the belly, feeling it rising and falling with every breath. You might engage your ujjayi breathing, so that slight constriction to the back of the throat. By making the breath audible, it gives us something more to focus on, giving our brain that point of attention. Noticing any areas of tension, maybe in the face, in the jaw, in the shoulders, in the neck, in the hips. And with every exhale, just trying to let go of a little bit more tension, just softening. Take 10 more deep breaths here. And you might be thinking, I came to this yoga practice to move, not to sit in stillness, but remember that your heart is beating, your breath is flowing, the blood is moving through your body. Electrical impulses are moving along neurons throughout your body. Your muscles are engaged to keep you in this upright position. So really, there is a lot of movement still going on, and we've got plenty of time to get fiery. Just use these last few moments to settle in. Last 2 breaths. As you are ready, you can keep the legs just as they are, and you can start to bring the heels even closer in towards the body. As you breathe in, reach the arms all the way up overhead, spreading through the fingertips, and as you breathe out, start to hinge forward, bringing the torso to hover above the mat, finding some strength in the hips and through the spine here. Only if it feels good. You might inhale, reach the fingertips even further, and then exhale, draw the elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Let's go for 3 more. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling, cactus. Keep it flowing. Finding strength in the hips and through the spine here. We've got 2 more. Deep breath in, reach, spread the fingers. Deep breath out, draw the elbows in. 1 more time, fill those lungs, reach the fingers, empty the lungs, cactus the arms, and now this time reach forward and then descend down, folding over the legs. You might bring the hands onto the feet and the elbows onto the thighs, helping you open even further into the hips. Take another deep breath in. Breathe out, surrender the body down towards the earth. As you breathe in, reach those fingertips straight back out in front, and as you breathe out, come all the way back upright. Now bring the hands onto the earth behind you, fingertips pointing forwards, lean the torso back. Once again, you can adjust how far away the feet are. We'll tap the right knee on top of the left, pivoting on the right toes, and then come back through centre, drop the right knee down. Tap the left knee on top of the right, bring it back through centre, take it back down. Now keep flowing between these 2 sides, opening and closing the knees, imagining they're like a book, finding some mobility in the hips here. Moving with your breath, keeping the chest nice and lifted, so not collapsing into the shoulders. Let's go for 1 more on each side. And then come back through centre. Start to extend the legs straight out to the top edge of the mat. Feet are flexed, pointing up towards the sky. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, descend down into a fold and take 2 full breaths here. As you inhale, you might lengthen even more. And as you exhale, you might take it a little bit deeper into the fold, stretching the entire posterior chain here, all the way from the soles of the feet, down the back of the legs, the lower back, the upper back, maybe the back of the neck if you're drawing the chin into the chest. As you breathe in, come back upright, sweep the arms up, and without using your hands, bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out wide, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, exhale. Now once again, hands free. As you inhale, extend the legs out straight. Exhale, descend down into a fold. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet in, drop the knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Inhale, extend the legs straight. Exhale, descend down into your fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, draw the soles of the feet together. Exhale here, Baddha Konasana. 1 more time, inhaling to extend the legs and to release as you exhale. And inhale, come back upright, draw the feet in, draw the knees out, Baddha Konasana, working on our mobility here. Now bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, knees pointing up to the sky, fingertips reach towards the front of the room, and the challenge is, without using your hands, you can totally use them if you wish, but the challenge is not to use the hands as you lift the heels, lift the hips, drop the knees onto the mat, coming into toes pose. Bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back, puff the chest up towards the sky, and the option here is to bring the fists onto the earth, push the floor away as you lift the chest. It's kind of like a bound camel toes pose combined all into one, really opening through the chest here. We're going to keep the fingers interlaced for quite a while now, so keep them interlaced until I tell you to release them. You can totally release them before I say if you wish. And as you're ready, hinging at the hips, descending into a fold, bringing the forehead maybe down towards the mat, letting the arms drop up and overhead. Inhale, come back upright, stack head over heart over hips, and once again the challenge is not to use your hands as you lift the knees, drop the heels to the mat, and then straighten the legs, hinge at the hips, descend down into your Uttanasana forward fold. Bend into the left knee, straighten the right knee, tap the left shoulder to the left knee, opening through the chest, and then switch sides. Bend the right knee, tap that right shoulder in, send the breath into the backs of the legs, and now keep it flowing from one side to the other. Opening the shoulders and the chest, the legs. One of my favourite things to do when I wake up on a morning to release all the tension that's crept up overnight. As you're ready, come back through centre. On your next breath in, come up to a flat back, keeping that bind in the arms. Now ground down through the right foot, getting straight into the fire. We'll lift the left toes off the mat, coming into a bound warrior 3. Finding one nice long line of energy from the crown of the head out through the left foot. Left toes can be flexed or pointed, and find a little micro bend in that right knee so you're not locking it out. Take another full cycle of breath here. On your next breath in, start to come up to standing, drawing the left knee into the chest, drawing the fists down towards the earth, and start to take some big circles with that left knee. Going in one direction, and then switch directions. You might hear some clicking sounds in that hip, that's totally normal. On your next breath in, draw the left knee into the chest, and as you breathe out, cross that left knee over the top of the right, either finding the single or the double wrap, eagle legs. As you breathe in, lift the chest, draw the fists down towards the earth, opening that heart up towards the sky. And then start to unravel that left leg just slightly, cross the left ankle over the top of the right ankle, descend down into your forward fold. Still with that bind for just an extra moment. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Now release the clasp of the hands. Start to walk the hands over towards the left hand side of the mat, stretching through the right side body. Deep breath in and deep breath out. On your next breath in, start to walk the hands back through centre. Keep the left ankle crossing over the right as you bend into the knees. Sit yourself down in a cross-legged seat, and then straight away uncross the ankles, come into boat pose. Knees can be bent or legs can be straight for a little extra challenge. We'll take some toe taps. Tap the right, the left, the right, the left. Keep it flowing, either straightening the legs fully as you go or bringing them back to that parallel to the earth angle. Don't know what I'm trying to say there. Keep it going for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to boat pose. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the feet on the earth, and then once again, without using the hands, maybe make your way back into toe pose. Once again, bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back, finding the opposite interlace this time, so the one that feels a little bit weird. And then maybe as you lift the chest, you draw the fists down towards the earth, pressing the floor away from you, shining those collarbones up towards the sky. And then hinging at the hips, bringing the forehead down, bringing the arms up. Inhale, come back upright, plant the heels, lift the knees, straighten the legs, Uttanasana, and then straight away take those taps with the shoulders in towards the knees. Drawing the heels of the hands towards one another. On your next breath in, come up to a flat back, fingers interlaced, root down through the left foot, sweep the right toes straight out behind you for a bound warrior 3. Gazing down, straight at the top of the mat, engaging that right glute to keep the leg lifted. Take another deep breath in and breathe out. On your next breath in, draw that right knee into the chest as you lift the torso. Take some big circles with that right knee. You might be wobbling around everywhere. You might fall out and have to come back in. Everything is welcome here. Switching direction of the circles. Then as you're ready, draw that knee into the chest and then cross the right knee over the left, maybe finding the double wrap for your garudasana, eagle legs. Inhale, puff the chest even higher up towards the sky. Exhale here, and then bring the right ankle to cross in front of the left and then descend down into a forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, release the clasp of the hands, walk them over to the right hand side. Send the breath into the left lung, the left ribs. Feel that opening. And then walk the hands back through centre. Right ankle stays crossed in front as we lower down to a cross-legged seat, and then this time unravel into low boat. Bring the hands to heart centre, feet are hovering off the mat, shoulder blades are lifted. As you're ready, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, come up, tap the right elbow to the left knee, bend the knees in, come back down to your low boat. Exhale, tap the left elbow to the right knee, lower back down for low boat. Now keep flowing between these two sides, lowering to hover, then crunching and twisting on your way back up. Breathing in as you come down, breathing out as you crunch it up. Let's go for 2 more on each side. Last time to the left. Last time to the right. Come down to your low boat and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the fingertips towards the top of the mat and then rock yourself back and forward 3 times and make your way up to chair pose. Again, trying to do it without using the hands. Rock yourself up, chair pose, reaching the fingertips towards the top of the mat, sinking down deep into the hips here, peeking down and making sure you can still see your toes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Now root down through the right foot, start to draw the left heel up and in towards the left glute, really squeeze it in, and then in slow motion, going really slow, deliver the left toes to the back of the mat, keep the torso hinging forwards at a 45-degree angle, power lunge. As you breathe in, reach the fingertips even further towards the front of the room, and as you breathe out, cactus the elbows in towards the ribs. Inhale, reach. Imagine like you're holding a big beach ball. Exhale, cactus. Let's go for 3 more. Deep breath in, extend, deep breath out, cactus. Last 2. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale, cactus. Now inhale, extend those arms. Exhale, frame the foot, step the right foot back to a 3-legged plank. Now the challenge here is to work your way through a full Chaturanga, up dog and back to 3-legged dog, keeping the right leg lifted the whole time. You don't have to, you can make it work for you, but let's give it a go. Inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, pull through to up dog, right leg maybe still hovering. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog with the right toes sweeping all the way up to the sky. Bend that right knee, open the hip, start to take some big circles with that right knee. Going in both directions. As you breathe in, sweep the toes all the way up to the sky. Breathe out, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze everything in, step that foot through between the hands and come straight back into your power lunge, holding here for 3 deep breaths. 2 more breaths. Even as the fingertips are reaching, try and keep those shoulders nice and soft away from the ears. Now, as you're ready, step the left foot to meet the right, coming straight back into your chair pose. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now, as you're ready, root down through the left foot, draw the right heel in towards the right glute, and then slowly deliver the right toes to the mat, hinging forward for your power lunge. Inhale, reach the fingertips even further away. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to extend. Exhale, cactus. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cactus. 2 more. Last time. Now inhale, reach, hold for just an extra moment, and then frame that foot. Step it back to your 3-legged plank, reaching the left toes towards the back of the room. Hold for just an extra moment, and then maybe work through your 3-legged Chaturanga. Deep breath into upward dog. Deep breath out, 3-legged downward facing dog. Open that hip, take some big circles. Switch direction. Now inhale, sweep the toes high. Exhale, knee to nose. Deep breath in, extend. Deep breath out, tap everything in. 1 more time. Knee to nose, hold for an extra moment. Step that foot through. Bring yourself straight back up to your power lunge and hold for 3 deep breaths. Pressing that right heel towards the back of the mat. Rooting down through all of the toes of the left foot. Then as you're ready, we hop the right foot to meet the left, landing in a chair pose. Inhale here, exhale, release down into your forward fold. Uttanasana, maybe pedaling through the legs. Just take a little moment to capture your breath. Reconnect to your breath if you lost it. Maybe taking a big releasing breath if that feels good. Now we're going to work through that little sequence again, adding on, making it a little bit more spicy. So bring the big toes to touch if they're not already. Little space between the heels. Sweep the arms down towards the earth, then up towards the sky as you sink down into the hips, into the knees, chair pose. As you're ready, start to draw the left heel in towards the glute and then step that foot back, hinge the torso forward, power lunge. This time the extra challenge is to lift the right heel off the mat, coming up onto the right toes. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward. Exhale, cactus. Let's do 4 more. Reaching, cactus. Extend, draw everything in. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. On your next breath in, reach it forward. Plant that heel down. Frame the foot. Work through your 3-legged Chaturanga. Keeping the toes lifted, if that works for you. Sweeping it up, 3-legged dog. Now straight away this time we'll inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. 1 more time. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the toes through rather than the foot. Come straight up into power lunge on the toes. Holding for just 1 breath this time. And the big challenge now is to step forward onto the left tiptoes, coming straight into balanced chair. You might fall out of it, you might have to put the heels down, that's absolutely fine. Just a little extra challenge of coming into balanced chair. And then drop the heels down, classic chair pose. Draw the right heel in towards the right glute, step it back to your power lunge, and then lift the left heel, coming up onto the left toes. Inhale, extend the arms, exhale, cactus. Reach, cactus, reach, cactus. 2 more, deep breath in, deep breath out. 1 more, fill those lungs. Empty the lungs. Now extend, plant that heel, frame the foot, work through your 3-legged chaturanga. Deep breath out, upward facing dog, 3-legged downward dog. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out, knee to nose. Inhale, reach, exhale, tap it in. 1 more time, fill those lungs. Empty those lungs as you round and then step the left toes through. Keep the heel lifted as you come into your power lunge. Inhale, exhale. And then step right tippy toes to meet the left, coming into your balanced chair, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now keeping the heels lifted, start to straighten the legs, reach the arms up towards the sky, bring the fingers to interlace but release the index fingers, and then bring the hands to heart center. Heels are still lifted, just taking a moment here in our palm tree pose or our balanced Uttanasana. Don't know about you guys, but those power lunges had my arms burning as much as my legs. I'm feeling it. Now, letting the breath settle before we move on to our next little bit of fire. Keeping the toes lifted, start to slowly bend into the knees. Are you going slower than I am? I hope you are. Slowly bending the knees, delivering the bum down towards the heels, balancing on our tiptoes here in our toe balance. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Stacking head over heart, over hips, drawing the knees towards one another, feeling into all the wobbles. Now a big challenge is to root down here through the right toes, staying on the toes. Start to hover the left toes off the mat and then extend the left leg out in front. You can extend the arms out in front if that helps you balance. So literally all of our weight here is balancing on our right toes. Hold for just an extra moment. I'm wobbling everywhere. You can bring the hands down to the earth at any point, of course. And now drop the right heel onto the earth. Left leg is still lifted. Pistol squat. Hold. And then as you're ready, sweep the left leg all the way up and behind. Bring the hands to the mat. Straighten the right leg. Standing split. Using the strength of that left leg to reach it even higher up towards the sky. Now come up onto the fingertips. As you inhale, reach those toes even higher, and as you exhale, maybe keeping the leg straight, tap the left toes in towards the left wrist. Inhale, sweep them high. Exhale, tap. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to tap. 2 more. Maybe you get those toes even higher up the arm every time. Last one. Tap those toes to the wrists and then cross the left knee over the top of the right, finding your eagle legs. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Bring the right arm underneath the left, maybe finding the single or the double wrap for your eagle arms. Settle in to your eagle for a few deep breaths, drawing the elbows down towards the earth, bending into the knees. Now keeping the arms just as they are, start to unravel the legs and hinge yourself into Warrior 3 with the arms still in eagle. and take a big step back. Once again, do it slowly and gently, delivering the left toes to the back of the mat, bending into the right knee, crescent lunge with eagle arms. As you inhale, lift the chest, gaze up towards the sky, taking a back bend if that feels good. Now maybe with the arms still in eagle, take a big transition and land in Skandasana on the left leg. Left knee is bent, right toes are pointing up towards the sky, opening into the hips, the groin, the inner thighs here. You can release the eagle arms at any time. And now everyone release the arms, pivot to frame that left foot. So you're now in a low lunge facing the back of the mat, root down through the hands, step it back to plank, maybe a 3-legged plank if you fancy it, work through a Chaturanga. Deep breath in, upward facing dog, deep breath out, downward facing dog. Now a little challenge before we move on to the other side and work our way back to the front of the mat is to take some bunny hops. So walk the feet in a little bit closer to the hands. You can move yourself on over to a wall if you have one nearby, and if it would help you feel a little bit more confident in this part of the practice, bend deeply into the knees and then hop yourself into a bunny hop. You might lift the feet just a few centimetres, a few inches, or you might get all the way up into a bunny hop. You might even extend the legs up to the sky for a handstand if that's in your practice. I'm cheating because I have a wall. Let's go for 2 more. Last bunny hop. And release down into a forward fold at the top of the mat. Just take a moment to let the breath settle. Doing stuff like that gets my heart beating very, very fast. So if you can feel your heart beating out of your chest right now, you are absolutely not alone. Now, if they're not already, bring the big toes to touch, sink the hips down towards the heels, sweep the arms up towards the sky, Uttanasana, chair pose, and then once again come up onto the toes, lifting the heels off the mat for a balanced chair, holding here for a few deep breaths. And then start to straighten the legs, keep the heels lifted as you come up to palm tree pose. Bring the hands to Kali Mudra, so interlacing the fingers apart from the 2 index fingers. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. This time we'll take a deep breath in here and a deep breath out. Take a little side bend over to the right hand side. Send the breath into the left side of the body. Inhale, come back through centre. Exhale, take a side stretch over to the other side. Inhale, come back through centre. Exhale, bring the hands to heart centre as you slowly start to bend into the knees and lower the hips down towards the heels for toe balance. So knees stay lifted off the mat. We take a little moment here just to settle, gather our breath. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Option to hook the right hand around for the outside of the left hip. Coming into a little twisty moment here. Inhale, sweep both arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the outside of left knee. Left hand comes around for the outside of the right hip, maybe. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Now this time we ground down through the left toes as we start to lift the right foot off the mat and extend the leg out straight. Maybe reach the fingertips towards the front of the room. Big challenge. Balancing all our weight on the left toes here. Maybe hands are on the earth for support. That's absolutely fine. And then as you're ready, drop that left heel down, landing in a pistol squat feeling the burn in the legs. Right toes are still hovering. And then bring the fingertips down. Sweep the right leg high, straighten the left leg, standing split. As you inhale, reach those toes even higher up towards the sky. Come up onto the fingertips if you are not already, and then tap the right toes up onto the right wrist. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, tap. Let's go for 3 more. How high can you get those toes up into the sky? And then how high can you get those toes on that wrist or on the forearm? Is that what it is? Yeah, the forearm, yeah. Okay, I think we've got 3 more. I lost count there. Let's make this one number 2. Sweep those toes high. Last time, number 1, tap it in and then wrap the right knee around the left, single or double wrap. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky and then bring left arm underneath the right, eagle arms. Take a few deep breaths here in your eagle, stretching through the upper back, firing up the legs. And start to unravel that leg, draw it up and into the chest, and then hinge at the hips, come into your eagle warrior 3. Right toes reaching towards the back of the mat. Well, it's the back of the mat now. It used to be the front of the mat, but we're all back to front, making our way back round to the front. Inhale here, and then exhale, drop the right toes onto the mat, crescent lunge with eagle arms. As you breathe in, you might hinge backwards, lifting the chest up, finding a back bend if it feels supported in your body. And then still with the eagle arms, maybe we pivot all the way onto Skandasana on the right leg. Left toes pointing up towards the sky. Finding a little micro bend in that left leg, so making sure you're not locking it out. Now unravel the arms, frame the foot, coming into a low lunge on the right leg at the back of the mat, and then step it back, maybe to a 3-legged plank if you fancy it, before working through a Chaturanga. Deep breath in to upward facing dog. Deep breath out, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Bring the forearms down onto the mat for dolphin, reaching the hips up to the sky, pressing the earth away from you. Option is to stay here. Another option is to take some bunny hops like we did before. Or, third option, is to play around with Pinchamayurasana, scorpion pose, or what's it called? Forearm stand? Yep, I'm so losing my words today. Once again, you can move over to a wall if that makes you feel a bit more confident, and we'll take 5 kicks or 5 lifts up to forearm stand. Haven't got a wall on this side, so I might come crashing down. Try and alternate which leg you're kicking up on to make things nice and even. Rooting down through the elbows and through the hands. Let's go for 1 more. And as you're ready, release back down into your dolphin. Either press up both elbows at the same time or one at a time, back to your downward facing dog. As you inhale, wave yourself forward into a plank pose, and then draw and I can't speak. Lift the right toes to hover off the mat, and then draw the right knee in towards the nose. Tap it to the mat, to the nose, to the mat, to the nose, to the mat, to the nose, and then wrap that right leg around the left, coming into eagle legs. Spin onto the inside edge of that left foot. Reach the left fingertips all the way to the front of the room. And then bring the left hand down, come onto the outside edge of the left foot, reach the right fingertips towards the front of the room. And then unravel that right leg, bring it out behind you, come into a wild thing. Bring the right hand into a fist, start to take some circles with that right wrist. And then start to take some circles with that right arm. And then sweep the right arm towards the front of the room, plant the right hand, lift the right toes, draw the right knee into the nose, and then drop that knee down for pigeon. But we're not coming into a chilled out pigeon just yet. Reach the fingertips towards the back of the mat as you breathe in, lift the chest, and as you breathe out, lower down to hover, reaching the forehead towards the front of the mat. As you breathe in, lift, open. As you breathe out, hinge down, bringing the torso to hover above that right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Flowing, moving the spine, articulating the vertebrae on the way up and down. On your next breath in, come back upright, bring the hands to heart center, and then shift the weight slightly onto the right hip as you lift the left leg off the mat and reach the left toes out in front. Swing them out behind to hover, don't place that left leg down, hinge the torso forward, and then lift the torso back as you kick the left leg out in front. Let's go for 3 more. Kick that leg back, kick it forward. Once again, finding the mobility, kick it back, kick it forward. One more time. Kick it back. Kick it forward. I sound like a broken record. Kick it back. And then now we'll take a few deep breaths here in our pigeon. Drawing that right heel in towards the groin and then lowering yourself down over that right leg. You might stack one hand on top of the other to create a little pillow for your head to rest on. Being close to the mat might help you connect to your breath even more as you hear it bouncing off the earth. Maybe you can even feel it being reflected back to you. As you are ready, draw your next breath in as you draw yourself back upright. Frame that front leg, tuck under the back toes, lift the back knee, step it back to plank. Option to work through a Chaturanga. Inhaling to open through the chest. Exhaling to make your way back to downward facing dog. And then inhale, wave yourself back forward to a plank. Lift the left foot to hover off the mat. Draw the left knee in towards the nose. Tap it to the mat, to the nose, to the mat, to the nose, to the mat, to the nose, and then and then wrap that left leg around the right, coming into your eagle legs. Spin on the inside edge of the right foot, reach the right fingertips forward, Vinyasa, garudasana, so side plank eagle, and then bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up, come onto the outside edge of the right foot, reach, 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 lengthen through both sides of the waist, and then unravel the legs, step the left toes out behind for wild thing. Bring that left hand into a fist, take some circles in both directions, and then circle with that left arm, mobilising the shoulder joint. Inhale, reach the left fingertips forward. Exhale, plant the left hand, draw that left knee in, place the left knee down, pigeon. Inhale, reach the fingertips straight out behind. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hovering the torso. Fill the lungs, lift the chest, empty the lungs, lower the chest. You know where we're going this time, so just keep it flowing. making it fluid from one movement into the next. On your next breath in, lift the chest, bring the hands to heart center, roll onto the left hip as you swing the right leg straight out in front, and then kick it out behind. I don't need to keep saying kick it forward, kick it back this time because you know where we're going, so just keep it flowing. Let's do one more. Kick it forward, take it back, and then position yourself to soften down into your pigeon. Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, one-legged king pigeon. Sending the breath into the sensations, trying to dissolve any tension that's crept into the rest of the body. Softening the shoulders away from the ears, softening the face and the jaw. You might make some circles with the jaw to let go of tension. Draw yourself up as you draw in your next breath. Frame that knee. Option to step it back to plank and to work through a Chaturanga, or to take it straight back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Come up onto the toes, bend the knees, and then either step, hop, or jump your way through to a seated position. Woo! I always find that so much fun. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop out wide, and just like we did at the start, bring the hands out behind, fingertips point behind you, tap the right knee to the left knee, open it back up, tap the left knee to the right, opening it back up. Keep it flowing between the two sides, and maybe notice if it feels different from how it did the first time we did this. It might feel better, you might feel more open, you might feel more tight after some of the fiery stuff we did today, or it might feel exactly the same. There's no right or wrong answer. We're just taking a moment to observe and check in with our body. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then once again, inhale, reach the arms up, extend the legs out long, and then exhale, fold down over the legs. Take a few deep breaths here in your Paschimottanasana. Hands do not have to reach the feet at all. They can be anywhere you like. Now once again, as you breathe in, reach the arms up, bring the soles of the feet together, exhale here in your Baddha Konasana. Inhale, extend the legs, exhale, descend down into your fold. Inhale, lift, draw the legs in, draw the knees out, exhale here. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, exhale, Baddha Konasana. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now this time, inhale, extend the legs straight out long. Bring the hands down by your sides. Bring the right foot to stamp to the outside of the left knee, and then draw the left heel in towards the right glute. Here we are in our Ardha Matsyendrasana, which translates to half Lord of the Fishes, and I have no idea why it's called that. We're grounding down through all 5 toes of the right foot. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, twist over to the right hand side. Right fingertips can be on the mat for support, or you could reach the right hand around for the outside of the left hip. You can hug that right knee. You can hook the left elbow to the outside of the knee. You can reach the left hand for the inside edge of the right foot. Whatever option you take, just make sure that the spine is nice and long. So we're not collapsing and rounding like this. We're staying nice and lifted like this. As I always say, stacking head over heart over hips. And as we inhale, we find extra length through the spine. And as we exhale, we go maybe a bit deeper into the twist. As you are ready, unwind, maybe take a baby counter twist in the other direction, and now start to draw the right heel in towards the left glute, stacking the right knee on top of the left for our, oh my gosh, Gomukhasana, that's the one, cow face pose. Gets to that point in the practice where words just exit my brain. You can stay here, you can fold down over the legs, or you can come into cow face arms as well. So bringing the left arm up and underneath, down and underneath, and the right arm up and over. Maybe you find the clasp with the fingertips. Draw the left elbow down towards the earth. Draw the right elbow up towards the sky. Keep that chest nice and open and lifted. Option to hinge here as well. If you've got the arms in eagle, release, and if you're reclined, come back upright. We'll stretch out the wrist and the fingers, so bring the right palm to face the sky and then start to press the right thumb back towards the right wrist, and then work your way through each finger, just pressing them down towards the earth as you push the palm up towards the sky. And then bring the right arm straight out in front. Press the palm to the front of the room, draw the fingertips down and back towards you, stretching through the wrist. And then just give that arm a little shimmy shake out. Unravel through the legs, extend them straight out long, and this time we stamp the left foot to the outside of the right knee, draw the right heel in towards the left glute. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Exhale, twist to the left, giving that knee a little hug, hooking the elbow, maybe reaching that hand for the foot, maybe bringing the left hand to bind around the right hip, or you could, I didn't mention on the other side, you can bind underneath that leg, reaching the hands underneath the knee. Grounding down through both sit bones, grounding down through the toes of the left foot. As you're ready, unravel, take a baby counter twist, and then bring left heel into the right glute, stacking one knee on top of the other, Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Option to fold, option to come into the cow face arms, bringing left elbow up to the sky, right elbow down towards the earth, and play around with the position of that top elbow. So bringing it closer to centre, taking it further out to the side, seeing how that changes the stretch for you. If you're reclined, come upright. If you've got the clasp, release it, and we'll take those stretches through the wrist. So bringing the palm up to the sky, pressing the thumb, and then each finger back towards the wrist. and then flipping the palm to face the front of the room, drawing the fingertips back towards you as you push the wrist away from you, maybe finding a little bend in that left elbow. And then give that wrist a little wiggle. Uncross the legs, plant the feet on the floor. You might need to shimmy yourself forward a little bit. Reach the fingertips straight out long and then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest when you get there. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, maybe reaching the fingertips, maybe reaching for opposite wrist, maybe reaching for opposite elbow. Just making sure that the hips and the shoulders are rooted down into the earth. Fill the belly with so much breath that you feel it pressing the legs away from you. And empty out all that breath. Feel the legs drawing back in towards you. Let's do 2 more like that. Deep, deep inhale. Deep, deep exhale. Let everything go. 1 more time. Now take any other movements that are calling to you before we land in Shavasana. Maybe take some circles with the knees. Maybe take a happy baby. Any final twists that are calling to you. And as always, the shape that you make for your Shavasana is completely up to you. You could be in a Supta Baddha Konasana, you could have the legs out long, you could be in constructive rest pose. And if you're hopping up to end the video now, I understand that, but I very much encourage you to just hang around for a little bit longer and to remember that even when we're not moving our bodies through poses, there is still so much movement going on. The diaphragm is moving up and down as we breathe. The lungs are filling up and then emptying. The heart is beating. The blood is flowing. Bookending our practice with stillness at the start and stillness at the end, letting all the effects of our movement distribute throughout the body, letting the energy settle, letting the mind settle. Taking another little body scan, maybe noticing if there is still some residual tension that's lingering around, trying to stay for these last few moments, and can you just gently encourage that tension to move away, to dissolve, to soften. Feeling the earth beneath you, providing that stable, solid foundation so that you can be soft. If your mind is wandering off, Just gently guide it back to the present moment, to your body, to your breath, to the feelings of connection to the earth. If you feel like staying in Shavasana for longer, as always, I very much encourage that. If you are ready to move on, if you need to move on, then just bring some gentle movement back to the body. What is your body craving right now? And then gently make your way back up to a seated position. You can keep the eyes closed if that feels comfortable. Finding that nice long spine here, softening the shoulders. And we'll seal our practice, as we always do, with 3 deep releasing breaths. Letting go of anything that is not serving you right now. Letting go of any tension. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, take a big deep breath, fill the belly. Exhale, let everything go. Thank you so much for flowing with me today. I hope you had lots and lots of fun in that practice. As I always say, I am so grateful for any likes on my videos. It lets me know that I should make more like this one in the future. Any comments with requests and suggestions are always welcome, or just anything you feel like saying. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a class with me. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you on your yoga mat, hopefully very soon.